before I came here today, I got what we call an arrival notice for a refugee young woman. She's about 19 from Liberia. She was separated from her father and her siblings during the civil war that struck Liberia for over 10 years. After 15 years, and with help from our legal staff, I got arrival notice that Grace was going to come and be reunited with her father, George, and her siblings. He came to us as a refugee. His family, he was actually a family of 5, I believe, came about 3 years ago, and like with any money, we call a path to self-sufficiency and independence as soon as possible. It doesn't mean anything for us to flip on a light switch or jump on the T, but for people that have been living in remote areas of Africa, you know, if you're in Liberia, who've been living in camp for 10 or 15 years, and it's tough to learn all those things. So our staff and our volunteers take them through that process.
In the park. The Jones family is in the park today. The sun is shining and the birds are singing.
So she's coming on March 3rd, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a celebration when she gets here. One of our caseworkers will be at the airport to help make sure that everything goes smoothly for her when she gets here, and we will help, you know, purchase a bed for her and make sure that George's current apartment is large enough. He's also blind, and he came to us blind.
So let's go and try that. 1, 2, 3.
In the park.
It's a very rapid path to resettlement. It's really important to know that refugees are expected to work within 6 months of being in the United States, regardless of their level of English or their prior work history.
The sun
is shining, and the bells are singing.
The birds.
The bells are singing.
We refer them to employment service staff, so we have an employment specialist on staff who's also our English for Employment instructor, and so he's with the refugees almost every day. We have some really excellent employers who are themselves former immigrants, and you know, they understand, and they take a chance on our folks. And I think the thing about the refugees is they're very employment retention rates are usually very high.
They like you. Sally and Patty Jones are studying, and Tommy Jones is playing the guitar.
To their credit, refugees are among the most courageous, resilient, brilliant people I've ever met. And I'm not just talking about the Iraqi doctors that we've resettled recently, or, you know, a high-level professor from Afghanistan. I'm talking about people who aren't literate even in their own language, but they come here and they work so hard.
1, 2, 3.
In the park.
It was so wonderful to be able to call George and say, George, guess what? Grace is coming. She's actually going to arrive. And he just said, you know, you're reuniting people, and as I'm telling you, I'm getting goosebumps, and you think after 15 years I wouldn't be so affected, but I am. You're bringing families together who've been separated through no fault of their own. No one asks for a war. She was 4 years old when he last saw her, and so that's really powerful.
It's a beautiful day.